I'm looking at sending to Amazon. Yeah. Didn't know the world was gonna end. Not that Guitar Hero game. Not this Mario Kart game, because I'm gated for Nintendo. And not those Sony headphones, but pretty much all of these Xbox 360s, PlayStation 2's got a PS2 Slim in there. Got two big stacks of games. I wish I would have filmed that haul. It was $90 for 2 consoles, about 70 games, really good solid titles. I am currently testing some controllers for a PS2, and yeah, welcome to the channel. So this one worked. This was a really nice one. So a while back, I bought 4 bins this size, 4 big plastic tote bins of used video games from this guy an hour and a half away from me, all the way up in the sticks here in Pennsylvania. And I finally finished cleaning them out because now I'm out of work, so I have time to do so. And I sorted it yesterday. I didn't film it, but on this business of reselling, buying, trading, thrifting, I did start dabbling in going to Goodwills, and about 30 minutes away from me there is a Goodwill that has bins, and hopefully in future videos when it's safe, we'll definitely get some footage of me doing that. But yeah, this quarantine, I think, has pushed me to open up more, because I think I'm a naturally introverted person, and I could be extremely quiet sometimes. But we did end up testing this Pelican. This is a PS1 control, Pelican accessory. Nice controller, honestly. See-through. I did clean it up yesterday. It did work, so that was nice. So we're gonna get that listed. I haven't looked it up yet, but I do know Pelican is a good brand. I've sold their phone cases before. Yeah, so one of my first buys in the reselling business was a huge lot of open box, new, used phone cases. Phone cases, excuse me. Bought it off a liquidation website, and don't know if I'd do it again, because some of them are a really tough sell, but I did do well in the deal. I did learn a lot about that sector, so I think it's good to diversify and know as many things about as many different categories as you can. I'm still very, very new and learning. But phone cases, and there were a few phone chargers in there, and screen protectors, still selling some, and I got those back in September, October. So that's, anyway, the reason why I brought that up is because Pelican, I guess, has been around for a while, but I've sold a few of their phone cases. They weren't really worth much. The phone cases I did do really well on were OtterBox. Now most people know, and if you don't, that's fine. You'll learn now, that OtterBox is one of those companies that really crack down on their regulations for selling. So they really guard against reproductions and fakes. It's a great brand. I've used OtterBox ever since I've had a smartphone. So I understand it and I respect it. But in that phone case deal, OtterBox cases did sell the best for me. Thankfully, I didn't have any issues with that. But I have heard and seen many videos of many resellers saying how their listings get deleted or taken down off eBay. They're definitely gated on Amazon, so that's a tough list. But yeah, I think that was my first venture into the business, and I still do have a good amount left, which I'll show you eventually. But I did pretty well. I think it was about 200 phone cases, a little more. I ended up paying about $3 a piece, which I would never do now. But it was a little misleading, because in the manifest for the auction, it clearly stated that every item was new in box, factory sealed, and it gave a definition of that website's interpretation of what new means. And it said items are factory sealed, unused, no blemishes, And of course, when I got the 2 boxes, it did not match up to that description at all. So, you know, it was just one of those deals that I trusted the company, and it was very misleading. They did offer me a refund, but it would have cost me like double. I would have been so far in the red from the refund because the shipping would have cost more than the refund. So I just said, screw it, I'm just going to try it. And it worked out well. I made some money back. I don't remember the exact numbers, but clearly I know now, since I'm going to try and do this channel, I would definitely want to be more specific with everybody, with my sales, my profits, my cost of goods, just to share with you and connect with you about it. And maybe in the comments you could share your experiences with what you're selling, but also so you can learn if you are new. And I love just going through old stuff like this. And so that test didn't work. We're gonna look that up in a second. That should be about $10 or so. It's literally like new. I cleaned it up just with some rubbing alcohol. You could use disinfectant, especially these days. But this was a good controller. Next we had this Performance Dual Impact 2. Never heard of this one. Tried looking up a brand, but I guess the brand is just Dual Impact 2. So, performance. Solid controller. Other than it's just really bulky and thick. I mean, when was the last time you played PS2, right? This, nothing sticks. Cleaned up really easy. Worked perfectly. So we're gonna get that looked up. Yeah, when you're looking at video game controllers, you want to test them. And, you know, in this mess of stuff here, I do have a PS2. I do have all the way over there in the corner of my other stuff. I'll show you. I have a PS1. Here's all this is my original shelving setup for my store. You see, it just started out with like this side, and then I bought another one because I was getting so many video games, excuse me, that I had to expand it. And now it's just like, these are my dreaded Under Armour sweatshirts, which I'll get into another time. They just was not a good purchase. You'll hear me say that. I mean, there have definitely been some deals. Those Yoda slippers are cool. I got those from a Goodwill. A couple Super Nintendos. There's definitely going to be some deals in your reselling experience that you're going to regret. And this Under Armour sweatshirt deal is definitely one of them for me. But there's some more Xbox 360 games. That's from that deal I mentioned earlier with the 2 consoles and the like 75 games. I bundled those up. And the rest are here going to Amazon. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm just excited to be able to share with you guys. Here's a PS2 game that's also going to Amazon. This Mario Kart Wii game. Look out for this one. This is a solid $40 game still. I'll see them up on Facebook Marketplace often for essentially nothing. People just giving them away because they just want to get rid of them, and I understand. Unfortunately, this came in a deal, and the game wasn't inside. It was just the box. Now, I looked up the box on eBay, and it goes for about $10, but I'm hoping to come across the game so I could sell it and make more. So, we did test those. These are going to go up. Yesterday, like I said, I sorted through the last 2 bins of stuff I had from this deal where I bought 5 totes, 4 or 5. I don't remember the exact number. I think it was 5. I think it was 4. Of video games, old video games. This is just what's left. I've sold a bunch of it off already. I sent a couple of PS2s to Amazon. I sold the GameCube. Actually, this just got returned. The guy said it didn't work, but it worked when I tested it. We'll see what happens with that. People lie a lot on eBay. That should be coming back soon. Got all these cables. These aren't worth much. They're good to have if you ever come across like an old Nintendo. These are AV cables. This pile here, This lot here is all miscellaneous Nintendo stuff. I got a couple of these zappers. I think I'm just gonna list these all as untested, miscellaneous. I think this is a DS case, Hello Kitty DS case. This was interesting. This is another Pelican thing. A power supply for Game Boy Color and Game Boy Pocket. I think it was 10 bucks. Shit. Another zapper. They're not worth much either, like 10 bucks. This is a charger for I looked it up by model. I think it was a DS Lite charger. This is for the Nintendo Wii controllers. This is a little rumble pack. Some sort of Game Boy Advance adapter. I looked all this up yesterday. An N64 RF switch, one of those things where you plug the cable in, really old school, the channel 3, channel 4. I don't think these are worth anything. This was cool, Game Boy cleaning cartridge. So, I don't have a Game Boy right now, but I've been wanting to get one just to have. I think it's good if you're doing video games to have as many systems as you can on hand for testing. What do you think about that, Tommy? True. Could definitely use a Game Boy. What else? I've been really looking for a Dreamcast just because I miss it. That's like my favorite system, I think. I had all these back in the day. I traded them all into GameStop like a fool years ago just so I could get the latest and greatest thing. Wish I held on to them, you know, between all the boxes and the games and the accessories. They're worth a lot of money. Not really. It's more so just a sentimental thing, but anything can be worth something if you get it for the right price. And sometimes things are just priceless because there's emotional connection. What else can I show you? We also have these Xbox 360 composite cables. I don't think they're worth anything either. Looked them up. They don't go for anything. I have a few listed already. A bunch of these old adapters. You know, when you buy big totes and lots of stuff, you got to take everything. And clearly I didn't buy those big totes for these cables. This is just what's left, like I said. And the final, well, two other things. These Guitar Hero guitars, you see, I have two here and I have two there. These Guitar Hero guitars are still worth money. Two of them are for the Xbox 360. These two are PlayStation. The problem is I don't have the receivers. They're in pretty rough shape, but I don't have the receivers for them. This is one of the there's a PS2. I think they're both PS2. I don't know if this one says it, but I think they're both PS2. I don't have the receivers for these, and then I looked them up. They're like, the receivers themselves are like $20 each. I might just list these as for parts and say the hell with it, because after I go buy the receiver, you know, I could get 50 bucks out of it if it works. What was I saying? Oh, these guitars. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. They've been sitting for a while, and I know I've watched many videos of people showing how to ship them and how they're valuable, look out for them. You know, you're going to hear me mention a lot of people that I watch and I really respect and admire. I recently watched a lot of Josh, really awesome guy. Check him out. Talk about how to ship these Guitar Hero boxes, these Guitar Heroes in priority mail boxes. It was really helpful to watch. I suggest that. Watch as many videos from as many creators as you can. That's how I've learned. I knew nothing about this stuff, and I got involved in reselling mostly just because I needed extra cash. And then I didn't realize how much I would enjoy it. In that huge haul of video games, there was all this Atari stuff. Now, I actually looked this up yesterday, too. A lot of these joysticks are pretty valuable. I think these were like 10 bucks. All of these were around like 10 to 15. These Atari ones, same. I have the console, too. There's my big bag of rubber bands. Bought like a 3-pack from Amazon. It's like 600 rubber bands per bag, and I have 3 bags for like $12. So I definitely suggest that. Here is the actual Atari console. I have not tested it. There's a 2600 is the model. I've looked these up and I've seen big lots of them that are working with a bunch of controllers and games go for like $90. So I don't know. I would like to test it. I could get like a Atari game on eBay for like $3. So this is the power cord. Yeah, you can see that. It's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's old, but there's not much corrosion, just a little dust. These totes, the story behind these totes, they were sitting in this guy's garage, he said. He had accumulated them over the years at yard sales. But this stuff was very dirty, a lot of it, as I've gone through it over the months. Now, I did take a long hiatus from these bins just because I was just sick of looking at them. And I wasn't that interested in selling Atari because I knew there wasn't that much money in it. So they have been sitting for a while, and it wasn't a priority enough to get through them. But now that I plan on just listing it and see what happens, I'm probably just going to keep these. Let me show you this. I have, now these were also from this buy. I don't know if you can see it too well, but these are 2 full bins of video games. I have a Game Gear here, I have headphones, I have a DVD player, Xbox 360, none of this stuff works. There's PS1s in there. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to list those for parts. I have contemplated getting a video game repair certification, but a lot of the time, once you repair something like a PS1, they're not worth anything. So I could spend time waiting for the laser disc thing to come in the mail. I don't know, you tell me. You decide for me. That's pretty much what's going on now. My table's a mess. I have dabbled into some clothing as well. We'll get into that another time. We'll just do a little mini tour of the basement here, and then we'll sign off. We have, these are what's left of the phone cases, so it's probably about 100. This Heyday brand is from Target. If you have connections or know anybody that has a store maybe or could sell these, I'll link the eBay store and listing in the description. These 2 boxes here are from another liquidation purchase I made. I've done really well on these. This is just what's left. You know, these are just more cables. They have a battery that I hadn't tested. Look, this one up wasn't worth much. It was like a guitar, frame stand, more cables. This is just some off-brand toner. It's new in the packaging. Let's see, it's hard to do with one hand. Now I see what they mean in all the videos I've watched. This is hard to do with one hand. Sorry for filming this on my iPhone. So it's open box, but it looks like it's never been used. There's a bunch of Post-it notes. I've been using some of these for making little notes for myself. This looks like part of a desk chair. I think that's what this stuff is. I've gone through it. I've just been a little complacent with it. I don't know what to do with it. I do have some pencils. Oh, my wife was looking for pencils the other day. Didn't even realize I had these. We were painting last night, and she was using pencils to draw out her painting first and then paint, you know, within the stenciling. We don't really use pencils, so I was like, we don't have pencils, and we had them in the basement. Sorry, babe. My cool little poker table. Very vintage, very custom made. It's got the little dice on the side. It came chipped like that. There's like makeshift wooden cigars on there. Very cool. I haven't gotten to use it yet because the place has been kind of a mess since I started doing this reselling. Have a TV there. Love that poster. Can't wait to add to it. Already showed you that. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. You've understood now, probably. I have a lot of time on my hands, and we'll get into it, and we'll talk more, and thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye.